wanna be the best in the game, invest in my name, check no restraints, I'm obsessed with the pain. I ingest, I retain, assess and I change, possessed by the thought I'll be free one day from society's restraints. Money, clout and fame, mud, disease, a plague. We all love to hate, have to play the game, have to make a name. All our insecurities are on display. This is war with the enemy, think that it was meant to be. Living in a time where disease is on every screen. I won't let them fester me, I know most are festering. Negativity is a plague for the mentally weak. No mercy, all I got is working. Never stop searching, never quench the thirsty. I'm toxic and psychotic, with this logic you can't stop it. It's been chronic since I was a boy, so neurotic and chaotic. I'm built to last with the webs I'm weaving. I could change the past with all I'm achieving. Got my foot on gas, never stop competing. If you break like glass, then this life's gonna eat 'em. Make mistakes real fast, then you learn how to beat 'em. If you take off the cast, you can see all the healing. If the pain's in the past, move on from the grave and put your foot on the gas. No, never stop competing, yeah. I've been doing this, I'm on it. I just wanna be iconic. Sipping on a gin and tonic, got me going off when I'm on this topic, yeah. If I ever play, I want it. You know that I'm always honest. Stay away from those who are toxic. Keep them out your face, no way, you don't want them, yeah. Don't try to drain my energy. The enemy is everything. It's mentally, unhealthily spreading like a rare disease, but I won't let it get to me. I don't need your therapy. I can leave a legacy of leading by intensity. Come on, we can fight this. Freedom is priceless. Spread just like a virus. Living in a crisis. Do you feel courageous? Do you seek greatness? Trust me, you can take it. Go on and take your aim. I'm built to last with the webs I'm weaving. I could change the past with all I'm achieving. Got my foot on gas, never stop competing. If you break like glass, then this life's gonna eat 'em. Make mistakes real fast, then you learn how to beat 'em. If you take off the gas, you can see all the healing. If the pain's in the past, move on from the grave and put your foot on the gas. No, never stop competing, yeah.
Ladies and gentlemen, it's VOW Wrestling. We're here at the NWO Comic Con, and we got a Choppy challenger entering his name into the Choppy Hall of Fame after a beautiful long interview. The one, the only AJ Kirsch. Mr. Z, are you ready for the Choppy?
Yes.
When you are ready, gentlemen,
all right,
let the chopping begin.
The world tour continues, and I'm just gonna move that behind you. This is not going as smoothly as I thought. How does this go?
There you go.
There we go.
Man.
I said choppy, not choke him out.
All right, here we go.
All right.
Ready?
Yep.
Ooh, woo!
Choppy World Tour continues.
You good?
Yeah, I'm good, brother.
That was a hell of a chop.
Yeah.
Yeah. Thanks for hanging.
There we
in
go
there.
again, man. Gotta add another one. Whew. That's one more to the list. Let's go again somewhere else.
VOW Wrestling World Tour continues. Choppy.
Oh, ladies and gentlemen, we are here. We are live. You gotta love when AJ loads it in. Oh, I gotta love AJ Kirsch, our buddy, our pal, really helping us out there. The Choppy World Tour will go on. I think we have some challengers coming up very soon. Anyways, this is the VOW Wrestling on the Big Time, along with Mr. Paulus Clarke and the big man, Mr. Z, live in the house. If you haven't seen it, we have a beautiful interview with AJ Kirsch up on the channel. Over an hour, we sit down and really deep dive with AJ Kirsch. And, of course, then we have the newest interview with SPW's reigning, undefeated, undisputed SPW champion, the one and only, the Dark Fox Illuminae, the Obsidian Adonis. That interview was posted up on the channel today. A beautiful interview. We got to sit down with him. And man, did he have some interesting stuff to say. And I think one of the big things you can learn is sometimes you got to stop, listen, and hear. And remember, where were you when it all started? Are you going to be on the ground floor? We're going to talk about that a little bit later. But right now, we're going to talk about a little bit Smackdown, a little bit about Bad Blood predictions. We're going to get you ready for tomorrow. We're going to get you ready for this weekend. Lots of stuff to talk about and a little bit of time to do it in, actually. So we're going to get dirty up to the neck and all the stuff that's going on. What a fun time in the old town tonight. Everything looking good. Make sure you jump in the chat, jump in the conversation, tell us what you think. As we're going to cover SmackDown, we're going to make predictions and talk about Bad Blood, what may be or may not be disappointing or might be entertaining. Big names being hinted at about being in the area already. What's going to happen? What is going to turn out? A lot of people complaining that the pay-per-view is going to be too short because there's only 5 matches on it. Every day, every night, every PLE doesn't have to be a AEW showcase of 13 matches and 4 hours of death. You know, sometimes 5 matches, short, sweet, and to the point. You know, it's not necessarily quantity. It's sometimes about the quality of what you get. SmackDown tonight was a decent SmackDown for it was. Not the best go-home show. Didn't really get you any more added excitement for tomorrow's show anywhere that I really recall. If anything, they got you more excited for next week's show than tomorrow night's show. But hey, to each your own. This was SmackDown USA Network. We open with the normal things, and out of nowhere, of course, we're in Nashville, Tennessee, where we got Hardy to come out and introduce a semi-hometown boy. He doesn't live too far down the road in Georgia, but he made his mark. He earned his spots and made his sort of debut. I don't know how they tried to sell this, that he made his debut in Nashville, Tennessee, because yes, for NWA, and of course the WWE not only mentioning TNA, but also mentioning NWA, giving credit to the NWA TNA title, giving credit to the tag team titles, even the X Division title and all this, saying AJ Styles, you know, showed up and made his marks in Nashville. And yes, he started out in Nashville. That's where, you know, TNA started out the old fairgrounds, NWA TNA, in the time on their weekly pay-per-view that Mr. Clarke knows more about than probably anybody. But that was true. But again, if you don't want to know and you want to go way, way back in the way back machine, if you go back to some WCW, late WCW era, WCW, AJ Styles was there. I don't know how many actual matches he had, but he did show up on WCW TV before he showed up in NWA, TNA, to make his marks. And yes, they did start in Nashville, Tennessee at the Nashville Fairgrounds, which is awesome. I give credit for WWE making the homage, but there was a little like, you could put a little asterisk about, you know, where he kind of debuted. But we got the return of AJ, not AJ Curse, not our buddy AJ Curse, but AJ Styles, the phenomenal one, made his return. He had a match with Carmelo Hayes, and somewhere in the midst of this, with the net breaker over the bad knee, both men are down. The ref talks to AJ and calls the match. Carmelo Hayes wins. AJ has a bum knee. I don't know if this is reality after not being on TV, if he really hurt himself. They did show footage later of him on crutches with the boot on. He was going to a local hospital for x-rays. I don't know. This match went 8:33 before the referee stoppage. After the match, LA Knight came out and gave Carmelo Hayes some blunt force trauma, and Carmelo Hayes jumped up and landed dead on his head. It was a pretty vicious one. Great sell by Carmelo Hayes. LA Knight, of course, came out prior because AJ was in the ring doing a segment, a promo, when Carmelo Hayes came out, and then the reason this all led to a match, AJ challenged Carmelo. Carmelo said no. But LA Knight said, Carmelo, if you could beat AJ, I'll give you a title match for the U.S. title. And so Carmelo Hayes wins on a technicality. We're going to have to see how that plays out. Otherwise, decent match up to the point. I just don't know what the situation really is with AJ. Is he really hurt? Is this a gimmick? Hopefully AJ's not hurt. So moving along. We find out that Tommaso Ciampa and Johnny Gargano backstage warming up for their three-way ladder match with the bloodline of Tama Tonga and Tonga Leo. They're going to defend their titles against Johnny Gargano, Tommaso Ciampa, DIY against the Street Profits in a ladder match. Anyways, for the first time in WWE history, we have a debut on SmackDown tonight as a dumpster got an entrance and was debuted as it was rolled down the ring. They gave a whole entrance to a dumpster. And of course, this was the first ever women's dumpster match, and the first, maybe the first dumpster match on SmackDown. Been it's a long time since we've seen a dumpster match. Of course, dumpster match debuting way back at WrestleMania when Chainsaw Charlie, Terry Funk, and Cactus Jack Mick Foley teamed up to take on the New Age Outlaws in a dumpster match at WrestleMania. Mishin versus Chelsea Green. a decent match here between the two women. Eventually, Cowgirl Piper Niven comes out to try to take out Misha, and that backfires. She rams her head into the dumpster. Eventually, Chelsea Green gets picked up into a powerbomb position, and she's very capable and alive to fight it off, but she doesn't. This is the only thing. Like, she's flailing around going, no, 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 but she isn't doing anything to stop it. Like, she's not out of it completely, but she's up in the powerbomb position. Misha goes for a sit-down powerbomb through a table into the dumpster. And my only question is, why is Chelsea Green going, no, 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 no? I'm like, break the ice, grab the ropes. I mean, like, if you know it's coming, you don't try to stop it. I mean, I don't know. Either ways, Misha gets a win over Chelsea Green. Chelsea Green pops out of the dumpster covered and soaked in trash. And all I can say is, Matt Cardona, do you like your women a little on the trashy side? And if you don't know, you got to go find the song. It's an old country song. Good old country song. So don't get mad. What you laughing at, Mr. C? I see you got the giggles. We know you. We know. No, never mind. I'll just keep that thought to myself.
No, you better keep it to yourself. But I was gonna say, like I said, when you posted that, I was asking if you were trying to get chopped by Matt Cardona. Do we need Big Tyme to be on part of this choppy roll?
With all due love and respect to Mark Cardona, it was totally in fun and a joke, and it was too easy. I mean, it's an old classic country song. I mean, you see her pop out of the trash can, you're just kind of like, do what?
Are you calling his wife easy?
No, I was saying it was. I was saying it was too easy to make the joke about her popping out of the trash can and using the old. I like my women a little on the trashy side. All fun and games. No, not referring to her as easy.
Oopsie.
You can
stir in the pot.
You can stir the pot all you want. That's whatever. I mean, the match was over. Backstage, we saw them examining AJ's leg, yada yada. Elsewhere, we see Bianca and Jade Cargill walk up to Naomi. They tell Naomi she's hosting Bad Blood with them tomorrow, and she's happy. Bayley interrupts. She wants to talk with Naomi. Bayley sets a promo segment later. She's going to call out Nia, yada, yada, whoop-de-freaking do. We get BFAB and the Street Profits after a commercial break. I can't believe BFAB's still around. I don't know what she adds to anything. Anyways, Bayley comes out to the ring. Bayley gets on the mic. She calls out Nia. Nia comes out with Tiffany Stratton. You get a back and forth. Eventually, Tiffany goes to attack Bayley. Bayley takes down Tiffany. Nia attacks Bayley. Bayley eventually gets to the top and lays Nia out, picks up the title, and bashes the Money in the Bank all over Nia. Tiffany's sitting there with her briefcase looking at an injured Nia as she slowly climbs back to her feet. Nia turns around and sees Chelsea Green with the briefcase, wondering if she's going to attack her, selling this long storyline of, do I really care? Bayley looks good, better in person.
Don't you mean Tiffany?
Huh? What?
You said Chelsea, isn't it Tiffany Stratton?
No, Tiffany Stratton. Anyways, Tiffany had the briefcase, and yeah, Nia just kind of stood there. Nothing here to get excited about. Tomorrow night it's going to be Bayley versus Nia Jax. Bayley looks better in person than what she looked in tonight. She just did not. I don't know what outfit she decided to wear. It just did not work for her at all. It was just like, I don't know. Of course, this then led into a Naomi Tiffany Stratton match, which was a decent match. Nothing to overly get excited about. The Money in the Bank winner, Tiffany Stratton, takes another L and a clean crucifix pin, and Naomi gets the win. 10 minutes, 5 seconds. A decent match. Not a whole lot to talk about. It's filler match. I mean, I don't know what else to say or add.
So, do you think we're going to get a failed cash-in tomorrow night, is my question.
No. They're not. They're teasing it, but they're not setting it up for that. It's just play. We'll see what happens. I mean, maybe we get something stupid where Nia Jax loses her match and steals the briefcase from Tiffany, cashes it in some way. I don't know. Something funky like a monkey. Or she tells Tiffany, Tiffany may fail to cash in, but I don't know. I don't really feel after tonight Bailey's winning anyway, so we'll talk about that more in a little bit.
Yeah.
I feel like the story is more about Tiffany and Nia than it was ever about Bailey.
Anyways, we get a
Bailey
recap.
just means to an end.
Yes. Anyways, we get a recap of the Bloodline. Kevin Owens, Cody Rhodes, them bickering between one another. Randy Orton, oddly enough, playing the peacekeeper between Kevin Owens and Cody Rhodes. Now, twist your mind around that one. Randy Orton playing the peacekeeper between friends. Randy Orton, okay? Yes, I said that correct. It's truth. It's facts. It actually happened. It wasn't make-believe. Nobody made it up. It's just one of those things that really makes your head go, huh? Or in the words of the legend, the Hurricane, what's up with that?
Yeah, that's a little different for me.
Anyways, the Bloodline's walking backstage. JK2 talks about loving his tribal chief, bring anyone to them, and they all be made to love their tribal chief. You can't do that, then you'll be forced to acknowledge Solo Sikoa. Once again, Fatu comes along. They're walking in the backstage area, and they let Jacob Fatu talk, and this man has it. He has it. I mean, he crushed it.
Oh, yeah.
You want a mouthpiece for this group? Jacob Fatu shine freaking bright. Our boy Jacob Fatu, too, if you go back to the beginning when the shout-outs and everything. You know what? Hell, let's just do that. Where are my shout-outs from then? Yeah, I mean...
It's your boy Miguel Z with the Value of Wrestling New Japan Rebound Podcast. I've got a guest for you folks at StocktonCon.
What up, everybody? AJ Kirsch here, the voice and the host of StocktonCon. The Value of Wrestling is awesome, so subscribe on YouTube. Scan the QR code right here, now. Subscribe, check it out.
There we go.
You'll be glad you did.
Thank you, brother.
Yeah, that part. Hey, man, shout out to Value of Wrestling. I'm right here with the Big Oos, San Jose. We done shut the shit down. Love and respect, though, right? Value of Wrestling. Hello.
Man, thank you, brother.
Right there, ladies and gentlemen, the big Oos, our favorite Oos. Yes, Jacob Fatu giving a shout out right here to the Value of Wrestling. Much love, thanks to Mr. C for making that magic happen. But, damn, Jacob Fatu came out looking like a bad mamma jamma. He kind of made Solo look good by all that promo, and then Solo just saying this little thing and then moving on. I'm like, they got it right for once. They used the right way to have Jacob do the talking, Solo say what he needed to, and I was like, perfect. Tama Tonga and Tagaleo pass them up and head out to the ring. We go to break. Post-break, we see Tiffany and Nia Jax. They're bickering. Jax asks about Tiffany about the fake cash-in and invites her to cash in on Liv Morgan tomorrow night. Might be the ample opportunity. You never know. Anyways, we get a rundown of tomorrow night's show before we get the triple threat match. For the tag team titles, it's triple threat ladder match. Tama Tonga, Tagaleo, the Street Profits, and DIY. It was a barn burner match. Very solid ladder match here. Everything got into play. You thought the Bloodline or the Guerrillas of Destiny had gotten taken out there at one point by an DIY and the Street Profits teamed up. Montez Ford flying off the top rope, putting Tagaleo through a table. And they took everybody out. And then Angelo Dawkins was standing there with both DIY. And the DIY tried to take down Angelo Dawkins, climbed the ladder. Thought DIY was going to win it. Then the Street Profits came back in. You thought they were going to win it. And then all of a sudden, here comes the boys, the Bloodline, the Guerrillas of Destiny. As the Street Profits, DIY are fighting one another to the top of the cage, they take out both teams by making them fall off the ladder they were climbing to two ladders in each corner. So Montez and Tommaso Ciampa went down through one ladder. Angelo Dawkins and Johnny Gargano, or whichever way that went, through another side of the ladders. And then the Bloodline climbed to the top of the ladder, recovered their tag team titles, and your boys, the Bloodline, retained their titles. Celebrate. Solo Sikoa and Jacob Fatu come out to celebrate with them. Smackdown was very basic. If you watch the ladder match, that was probably the best ladder match we've seen in a while. Definitely stands for that. They could probably had the whole 2 hours just be that ladder match, and everybody would probably been happy. Everything else was just kind of blah, filler, just... You didn't even have to watch this episode. You could watch this episode in clips and get a good flavor of what was there, because it wasn't anything great. Chelsea Green and Michin had a fun match, but I feel I don't know what you're doing with Chelsea. Chelsea needs some wins here. Of course, Michin kind of needed to win, so with that. And AJ getting hurt was a major disappointment after he returned, so that's kind of throws that off. And the rest of it was just kind of really boring filler. Bayley really didn't feel like the best Bayley we've seen. It just feels like she's kind of rolling through the emotions in this match. Nia, it just all kind of felt mid for a go-home show.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh. I can actually say something now?
Yeah, snoozing on the job there, bruh.
Well, geez, that Big Time's going on and on. It's like, okay, I was hoping I'd get a shot after we were talking about this last match here. And he's running over the whole thing. I'm like, oh, Lord, come on. And all I really wanted to say was I felt like, at least from a storyline perspective, Tonga Leo actually earned his stripes tonight. He didn't mess up. He was made to look good. Now, can he do better? Yes. But then again, that's a New Japan perspective. But for his WWE run this time, I thought he was made to look good tonight.
Yeah, no, this is honestly the best I've seen. I've seen Tonga Leo but Tonga Loa. Let's get it right, folks. Tonga Loa. We as New Japan fans, and me as the guy who is your know-it-all of New Japan, this is the best that he has looked. Unfortunately, this is the best he's looked. I don't know if he's doing it on purpose or not, but he looked good. But for, like you said, for a ladder match, from what it seemed like from your guys' perspective, this probably should have just took up the whole show and we would have been happy about it. It's sad to know that tomorrow is a big PLE. I don't want to get it wrong, and this is the best they've done for a go home show.
Yeah, the go home show does not, I'm like, you didn't really do anything here to really get that last minute excitement. Even the match between, or the conversation, the promo between Bayley and Nia Jax was just fairly. This is not the best Bayley I've seen. She didn't give me any reason to really get behind her and believe, Bayley is going to come out and do what needs to be done. Not that Nia Jax adds anything to it, but just the way tonight ended, and kind of the storyline vibes we're feeling. We'll go with that, but we'll talk about that here in a second. Is there anything else we want to say about Smackdown?
I'm just going to go off the limb here, Big Time. I just want to go off the limb here. If you want to get excited for a show, go back and watch the interview we just did. That'll get you excited for a show later this month. That's where
No, we have two amazing interviews up on the channel, and we're going to do a whole lot more. We've got some names lined up, sitting in the chute. We just got to sit down some dates, times, and places. Some names sitting there, making calls, and we're always looking for more. We could line them up all day, knock them down all day, because we're ready to go. Who knows who will be next? There's a lot of opportunity to grow and move forward, but we do have the great interview with the Dark Fox Illumide, the SPW champion. He will be defending that belt. He is going to be going into the October 20th show at SPW at the Indoor World Soccer Arena in Elk Grove, California, what we just call the SPW Arena. He's going to be going into their October 20th show. Ghouls, Frights, and Wrestling Tights, defending the SPW champion in what is the main event against Checkles. And this is going to be one of his biggest opponents. This is going to be one of his biggest challenges, especially with the man who's going to be reigning as champion for 1 year, 365 plus days with that title. He won that title last year at this very same event from then champion Scoot Robertson. And so now he will defend that belt. What's going to happen? I don't know. When you have that long of a title reign, will the Dark Fox Illumide have finally met his challenge? Will we see a new champion crowned? Why don't you come out and find out? A lot of stuff going on, a lot of great matches coming in, but there's a very good chance we could see a new crowning of a champion. Could be a lot of fun. Of course, they're going to have the costume battle royal going down. That's going to be fun. They're going to have a costume contest. There's going to be fun, candy, all types of stuff. And of course, your boys from the Value Wrestling are going to be right there, calling all the action, being exciting, and doing what we do on October 20th. At Ghouls, Frights, and Wrestling Tights, Supreme Pro Wrestling, Indoor World Soccer Arena, Elk Grove, California, the SPW Arena, as we love to call it. That's just the home of SPW. We're going to be there. We're going to get there nice and early. Hopefully, we'll capture a few pre-interviews. We'll do some preliminary interviews. Maybe we can get some interviews after some of those things. And of course, we'll always get your favorite part of the show, the scoop with Scoot. And of course, I guess Mr. Z's rubbing his chest because he's ready for somebody else to choppy. Will we get to the fourth man? We got the third man.
I need a break.
We got the third man.
I need a break.
No, you better suck it up big time, because the boy who invited us to the show this weekend may already be setting up something for a choppy because he was all down for it. But you know what? It's interesting. We had the third man in AJ Kirsch show. Does that make AJ Kirsch the Hulk Hogan of the choppy because he was the third man?
Sure, why not?
So who will be the fourth man? Who will be number 4? Anyways, it'll be the choppy horseman when we get a number 4 in there. That'll be a hell of a team. I mean, if you think about Matt Cardona, Shima, AJ Kirsch, and whoever this fourth person could be to step up into the 4 horsemen of the choppy World Tour, it could be interesting. Never know. Anywho.
Right.
Lots of fun stuff. But no, great interviews. Check them out.
Like you said, my final thought on SmackDown, it just, from what you guys have said and what I've seen as highlights, it does not have me excited for tomorrow night. I'm gonna have to be going into it pretty much as excited as I usually am and hope for the best, because that's what it sounds like at this point.
Well, if you're not excited for Bad Blood, I don't know what to tell you. I know I'm excited for one match on Bad Blood, that they built it, they made it, they painted it, and they're going to screw us, in my opinion. Hell in a Cell. Drew McIntyre versus CM Punk. Hell in a Cell match. What is being proclaimed, what is being reported from every big name in the industry, from what I understand, is going to be the opening of the show. The Hell in a Cell match, the opening match for the show tomorrow night. I don't know if that's the right way to go with it. To me, this should be the match closing the show and sending them home everybody happy. We'll talk a little bit about why. And even if with that why, I would still have to say this match should be second to last. I mean, it shouldn't be the opener. Everything else is gonna die. They're going to bring an opener, and then you're gonna put these other 3 matches behind them. And I think you're gonna ruin your card this way, Triple H. Sorry. Huh. I meant the other 3 matches. You yes, I know there's 5 matches, but I meant the other 3 because the other one can at least maintain on itself because of the rumor speculation. Just the only thing that's kind of saving the Cody Rhodes Roman Reigns versus the Bloodline story to maybe keep interest is all the rumor and speculation behind it. But if you put the Hell in a Cell on first, then Damian Priest and Finn Balor, Nia Jax, Bayley, Liv Morgan, and Rhea matches are all kind of. I don't know if you're going to have the fans. I don't know how you regroup the fans. The fans are probably going to love and pop as we see Dominic Mysterio get shoved into the shark cage and raised above the ring. And there might be some fun stuff in that, but I don't know how much. But I think you're going. I think you're going to ruin the mid part of this card. I think you're going to have the main match at the beginning of the show. And then you're just going to kind of flounder with the rest of these cards. And then you're going to have the match in the end, which I don't think a lot of people are that excited about. It's just who's going to show up at some point in the match. Maybe. So going on the basis of what is... Go ahead.
Well, like you said, it's a maybe. Like, there's a possibility there could be something interesting, but we don't know for sure if it's going to happen. So.
The wiener has arrived. Mr. Z can finally stroke his wiener again online. Welcome to the Value Wrestling and welcome to the wiener stroking event. Mr. Z just wishes the wiener stroking event would be an Olympic sport. Then he'd be living high on the dime as a millionaire, as he would win a gold medal in wiener stroking. Anyways.
I can't deny this poor dog. She's been aching to hop on the lap for like
CM Punk, Drew McIntyre, Hell in a Cell. This is going to be the match of the night. This should be a 5-star match because both of these boys are going to bring it. And you know CM Punk's going to bring it. They're going to wind up outside of the ring. I don't know if somebody's coming off the top of this cage. I don't know if Triple H is going to allow it. I'd be looking for any type of crash pads to possibly be around because I think they want to set it up, but I think they're going to have to do it safely. So watch what's going on during this show. Drew McIntyre may be flying off this cage. I don't know if Punk's willing to take that risk. At the end of the day, I think CM Punk wins and stands over a bloody Drew McIntyre. This is where the story needs to go. This is where the story needs to push, especially with the rumored idea that at Crown Jewel, CM Punk's going to be the next in line with Gunther. CM Punk would have to win here to make that a viable contest. CM Punk needs this win in this story more than Drew does. Drew winning here doesn't really do, I mean, it puts it into a great story, but it doesn't really do much to push Drew in a new direction. It just kind of, it's just like, cool, Drew won. I don't think it elevates Drew. Here, Punk getting it, he gets that final closure, and of course, if we go back, Punk won the last match, but he didn't really because he also got the bracelet broken and shoved down his throat. So this is going to be the clean overall win by CM Punk. He's going to be standing over a bloody Drew, and it'll be CM Punk. Mr. Clarke.
I keep wanting to quote the Toadies. Do you want to die?
Yeah.
That's what this match is going to represent. Hopefully. Not that I want either one to die, but I mean, I think it's going to be a hard-fought, well-done match.
What's up, Aiden Danielson? Welcome to the chat.
Yeah, no, I'm all for it. I'm more mad that they're thinking about starting the damn show with this match. I'm sorry.
This is going to be an emotional match.
It is.
This is going to be an emotional match. It's going to drain the fans emotionally. That's where I really go with it. It's going to be so much raw emotions and so many feelings in the end, the way it's going to end. I just think it's going to hurt whatever comes next. And I don't know if there's any recovery because they haven't really booked Damian Priest and Finn Balor to feel all that it should be. Nia Jax, Bayley feels a little weak after tonight. Liv Morgan and Rhea, hopefully this is the end of this series of matches. Dominic being in the shark cage, it's going to be fun. It's going to be interesting because I don't know how they're going to hang a Hell in a Cell and a shark cage above the ring because they're both going to have to be there. I guess they're going to have a forklift or something hanging on parts on one side. I don't know if they're giving up.
Actually, over the ring, maybe.
So unless I don't know,
I was going to say, do they? I was going to say they could do the way they did it in NXT. They actually had something to have like off to the side where they lifted up a shark cage.
Oh, he may be in a shark cage at the rampway. They may have something part there and put him at the rampway and race it. That may be what they do.
Yeah.
So we'll have to see there, and then of course the main event. So CM Punk, Mr. Clarke.
CM Punk's got to win this.
Mr. Z.
Definitely. CM Punk's got to win this. Hands
All
down.
right.
It's the hero's journey.
The mid-match is a mix. I would assume the next match is probably going to be Nia Jax versus Bayley. I think Tiffany Stratton's going to be out there. I think Naomi will probably show up and get interference. I think in the end, through shenanigans, through a cheap win, Nia Jax is going to retain. Bayley kind of got the upper hand tonight, so I don't think she's winning tomorrow night. Mr. Clarke kind of said it earlier. It's more about Nia and Tiffy. So, Nia Jax. Mr. Clarke.
Nia Jax going over with Bayley just meaning ends to means. Unfortunately.
Yeah. It'll be Nia, unfortunately. And we'll see where it goes from next.
Yeah.
Damian Priest and Finn Balor probably going to walk up in the center of the ring. They haven't done a whole lot with these two, I feel like. I feel Rhea and Liv Morgan and Dom have taken more of the storyline than Damian Priest and Finn. Damian Priest kind of are a secondary storyline out of that bigger storyline. I feel Damian Priest is kind of getting overshadowed by Rhea now. Like, he's broken away from Judgment Day. He was going to go out on his own. Then Rhea got kicked out, and then they reunified as the Terror Twins. And unfortunately, I think it's backfired for him because he plays really second fiddle to Rhea. Rhea and Liv's storyline with Dom has been way more featured than the heat between Priest and Balor, where Balor basically turned on Priest and cost Priest the title. there's so much heat and storyline there, but I don't feel like they really built it up to be any more than a side show to the main one. I don't even know if I care about this match. The only thing I would say here is Finn has to win. Damian Priest, if he wins, this is kind of cool. Okay, Judgment Day is trash.
Done.
And I mean, Balor's got to win. Balor needs to solidify himself as a new leader. He's got to get this win over Priest. I don't know. I'm not. This is gonna be a match. It'll be good in the ring, and just nothing to really get excited here. Nothing to really be like, other than the fact that Finn needs to win. Mr. Clarke.
That's a hard one for me to call as far as who's going over. Because of Damian's popularity, I can see them putting him over. But I kind of agree with you that to have some kind of semblance of importance, Finn needs to go over. So it's like, I don't know which way they're going to go. I really don't.
Mr. Z.
Just to throw a name out there, I'm just going to say Finn.
Mr. Z.
Just because how poorly this is seemed to stand out now. Like you said, Rhea's kind of just been the forefront to Damian. I just, by hook or crook, I see Finn Balor winning this one.
All righty. The WWE Women's Championship going to be on the line as Liv Morgan defends her title against Rhea Ripley as Dominic Mysterio will be placed in a shark cage above the ring or at the entranceway. Who knows? Don't care. Mr. Z's been begging for one of these matches since I think he got on this channel, so he should finally feel fulfilled of his lifelong goal here on the Value Wrestling.
That needs to be done, and Tony Khan will make it happen.
Okay, ladies and gentlemen, if that match is to happen because you purecade it, then I'm going to have to find the biggest, baddest mamma jamma to make sure he chops you. Okay, so yeah. You better hope it never happens. Or we'll go up to Saskatchewan.
It'll happen.
We'll go up to Saskatchewan and we'll go on a Brock Lesnar hunt. We'll go find Bigfoot.
I want no piece of Bigfoot.
All you need is JR Kratos.
But he's challenged JR Kratos. He must not be that afraid of JR Kratos that he called out JR Kratos. I mean, our big man, it doesn't seem to be.
Hearing it is a whole nother deal.
Oh,
we got to go out east somewhere. We could find Big Show.
AC Toes, what is wrong with you?
Anyways, yes, he's called out JR Kratos, so I don't think he really fears JR Kratos. I don't think he thinks JR Kratos can chop that hard. Because if he really felt that way, I don't know if he put that man's name out there into the Choppy World Tour universe. You know what I'm saying?
I did not mention that name. My son, our little mascot, he brought him up. He said, "Why not him?" And I'm doing that one for him.
You see what he's trying to do there. He doesn't want to admit that he's not scared of JR Kratos. Doesn't think JR Kratos can chop. He's trying to give it to his son to paint this pretty storyline that he's doing it for the kiddo. Yeah, well, I see through your storyline. What?
So what you're saying is someone needs to get into who you call, Miguel, El Jefe's ear and to start feeding him people so he can tell you.
He brought it up. I had no intention on bringing it up. He was like, "Well, Dad, ask him." He goes, "I'd like to see that." And I'm like, it's kind of hard not to say no to him.
Okay.
Especially when it comes to this.
JR Kratos, see, now the challenge is laid down because he's doing it for the kid. You'll do it for the kid, right? You'll show up, chop the big man. We'll put it on the Value Wrestling. We'll sign your name to the Choppy Hall of Fame. You gotta do it for the kid. I still think Mr. C just thinks you can't really chop because he doesn't really seem to be that scared. You know, he's like,
No, I didn't say that. I did not say that.
Mr. Z behind the camera is going, wussy.
No. I would never. Not him.
He says he's more scared than the murder grandpa anyway, so it's okay, JR Kratos. He said something.
Afraid of him? Are you serious?
He said Tony Khan could probably chop harder than you, but that's okay, you know. What he says behind closed door, we won't put out on the air.
No. Why? Okay, here's my thing: is why would you get mad if Tony Khan decided to put Mama Wayne in on a forklift? Okay, what is wrong with that? You know how bad he is with the booking.
This
Why would
is
you
a
be mad? Wait, no, see, that's not right because this is what it really happened, okay? Because everyone was happy about it. You're lucky my soundboard doesn't work right now.
Right?
Mr. Tasty Toes is just digging deeper and deeper and deeper. Yes. Here. You want to dig deep? Let me play you a song.
The last one just keep rolling, not digging.
Title of that song's Dig Deep, so that's the whole reason I'm playing that song. Liv Morgan, Rhea Ripley. I'm assuming Liv Morgan. I think it's a little too early to give the title back to Rhea. I don't know what you do with Rhea with the title right now. I think Liv Morgan's earned, and it's making the title more interesting right now, and I like the heel Morgan being champion. Mr. Clarke.
I like heel Morgan. I love, you know me, I'm the WWE soap opera guy, so the continuing story with Dom plus being world women's champion. I don't know, I don't know what they're gonna do with Rhea though if Morgan does go over.
I don't know what they do either way.
Because she's popular not to do something with. So I feel like Rhea's still in a relatively safe spot because she is still so over.
Yes. Mr. Z, do you know they're selling Rhea Ripley shirts at Hot Topic?
Yeah, so and I'm also selling Cody Rhodes shirts. I've seen them all today.
And a CM Punk. They don't have the Joe Henry in our Hot Topic yet. That's what I keep checking for. And their pop wall was a little weak today. Their pop wall was very, very weak. I was very disappointed.
Their pop wall's always weak. It hasn't been good since the pandemic.
But anyway, Mr. Z, Liv Morgan, Rhea Ripley.
By hook or crook, Liv Morgan, because there's no other way to get around this one. It's too good.
For the bonus question, does Dominic Mysterio get out of the cage to help Liv Morgan win?
Yes.
I don't think he gets out of the cage, but he might have something maybe on him that he throws down, maybe.
But if he's at the entranceway, he can't really throw anything to the ring. And does the rest of the Judgment Day help him get out of the cage? Are we going to see like a ladder? Are we going to see Carlito with JD on his shoulders trying to get, Dom out, and Dom's going to climb down, and they're all going to stumble and follow one another? Is it going to be the goof troop of wrestling?
What, the Three Stooges?
Ladies and gentlemen, the what everybody's saying is going to be the main event. And we're going to talk about why it's going to be the main event. There's one name, and there's a lot of speculation. But anyways, Cody Rhodes versus Roman Reigns versus the Bloodline. They had a great dramatic interview with no script, no pre-designed anything from what I've heard from Cody's interview. When they went on that football field, they had not seen each other to that point. They had not talked. There was no scripts. There was nothing. So they went out there and shot that promo in the moment as it was. So I'm sure they had bullet point things, but that was pretty free-ranged ability when Cody and Roman met at the Georgia Tech field. Cody had a big interview today with Pat McAfee on the Pat McAfee Show. And so, yeah, setting up some of that stuff. They didn't really do anything tonight to continue that, shockingly. No last-minute anythings. And the other key factors of this, Brock Lesnar has been spotted in Atlanta. Bad Blood's going to be in Atlanta. And The Rock has announced, has been spotted in Atlanta, and is going to be at one of the, I don't know if it's a Georgia game, a Georgia Tech game, but he is in Atlanta too for some college football. This has created the rumor that The Rock should show up, and why this match is going to be in the main event. Because Cody also said on the Pat McAfee Show there's going to be a video package, and whatever happens in the main event is going to set in motion what is going to happen at Crown Jewel. So there are title repercussions in the main event for Crown Jewel in some factor. There's going to be a video package or something. So Cody giving out a little bit. And then after Pat McAfee's show went off the air, Pat McAfee asked Cody, is the big man coming back? And left everybody talking, everybody speculating. The only reason I can think of that they may put this match on last and why this match might have any pulp or any chitter chatter at this point, because this match has been booked poorly. Cody and Roman had a great dramatic. I mean, the meeting on the football field was great. I'm not taking anything away from that. But Solo is the weakest player in this thing, and he is the new tribal chief. Dude, does anybody not understand that? Solo Sikoa is the weakest player in this main event. And he is the cornerstone, the headpiece to the whole reason this match is taking place. Do we not see that? The reason this match is happening is basically because of Solo. And Solo is like the one person that you look at it and go, one of these is not like the other. You know, you go back to Sesame Street and you get the four little pictures. You got to pick out which one doesn't belong. And I'm kind of like, ugh, Solo. But the reason the match is happening is because of Solo. Anywho, I'm assuming The Rock's going to show up, probably join and show that he's been the high chief and align himself with Solo and Jacob Fatu. Jacob Fatu is going to look great in this match. Solo, whatever.
Oh, yeah.
I think this is going to be
Jacob.
I think this is going to be The Rock turning on Roman like you aligned with him after everything he did and blah, blah, blah. The Rock could come out to help Cody and Roman win, and then we're going to get Cody and The Rock for Crown Jewel finally. I guess The Rock should go pick up that big bag to go over to Saudi and rest the account. I don't know. Don't really even care about this match. More pissed that they're going to make this the main event. Even with The Rock coming in, they could open the show with this match, still have The Rock to pop off the night. And the only thing I see here, and the only thing that I can see here that I hope and pray that Triple H is listening for once, if you're going to do this, if The Rock is going to be the reason this match is the main event, and The Rock stealing a main event from Drew and CM Punk, who deserve it, I can only hope that this will fuel a CM Punk Rock rematch where they can run into each other and CM Punk can be, you stole another main event spot for me. You stole another main event shot, because we all know that The Rock came back and took the title off of CM Punk at the Royal Rumble to go to WrestleMania because it was The Rock and Cena needed the title. This is a big part of why CM Punk left all those years ago from WWE. So, I'm hoping somebody's picking up on these pieces. I'm hoping Punk's throwing this out here. I hope Triple H is thinking about maybe this could be a part of it. Because if you go online and really look, there are a lot of people who are pissed off that the Hell in a Cell is not the main event, especially since it's the return of Bad Blood after I forget how many years now. The original Bad Blood is where the first Hell in a Cell match happened, and we're having a Hell in a Cell match. Like this pay-per-view is set up for the Hell in a Cell to be the last match. We're not making it the last match. And if you go read, a lot of people are actually kind of pissed off. Regardless of The Rock showing up, they're like, it doesn't make sense. Now, this could all change. This could all be speculation. I don't know, but the biggest sources in the game, and we can go to the top of that pick ladder, and I know different people probably say who's the tippy-top guy, but one of those big guys is the guy that blocked Mr. Z, Mr. SRS there, Sean Ross Sapp, is saying this is what WABE is saying, this is what he's confirmed, this is what they've sealed in the stone at this point, but he'll say, like we will always say, that could always change. Mr. Clarke, your thoughts? Yes.
Yeah.
Mr. Clarke, your thoughts on this main event?
It's going to be interesting. I think in-ring is going to be good, even if Solo is the weakest link. But the biggest buzz, like you said, is Mr. Maivia coming back. Is Rocky coming back? And then we'll find out tomorrow.
Is Dwayne going to be there?
Dwayne.
Mr. Z.
Yeah, I'm kind of on the same piggyback with Mr. Clark over here. It's just, if that's going to happen, then I can see why it was the main event. But at the end of the day, I'm like you. I wish they'd swap it because then you get the crowd hot and right into the damn show for it to happen instead of killing your momentum for the other matches following the Hell in a Cell. So unless there's some more story to this, I'm not. We'll have to see.
I think you could open with the Cody Roman versus Solo Jacob Fatu and still have The Rock return, because then you're going to keep people talking throughout the night.
Yeah.
They're not going to be worn out, but they're all going to be buzzing. I think that keeps more energy about, well, Rock, Cody, is this Rock line with it. If you leave it enough open, you're going to keep everybody buzzing, and if everybody's buzzing, then they're more likely to stay involved. I feel once you put the Hell in a Cell on first, everybody's going to be so tired that you're not going to have the crowd invested enough in the other matches, and those matches really are going to need the crowd involved because those matches have not been booked as highly as the pillars of this card. And I think if you reverse them...
Here's the thing.
Go ahead.
Hell
No,
in a
go
Cell
ahead.
is the emotional anchor of this show.
Mhm.
So that's why it doesn't make sense to a lot of us. That's why we want to see it as main event, because that's the emotional anchor for this particular premium live event.
Yeah.
Tiffany Stratton making news right now for calling Bailey by her real name. I don't know how many people she called her Pam and then went right to Bailey. It was a quick slip of the tongue and she recovered. I mean, I don't know if there's a whole lot to say there. It's just kind of a funny
There's not
haha.
much to it besides.
It happens.
It could have been done on purpose in a story, or it could have been a natural slip up. Either way, it's like it kind of adds to, what they were wanting.
Smackdown tonight, they had a big venue, racing cars, big fists, the city being shown, and everybody thinks, a majority of people are saying the return of a Fastlane pay-per-view. And I just want to shake my head and go, people are dumb. Ladies and gentlemen, the city in that venue was Detroit. So when you see Detroit
Right.
and cars, you can only think of one thing. So it looks like the news that a certain duo is going to NXT are not factual, but it looks like they may be headed to SmackDown.
Which actually I think fits just right.
No, I think it'd be fine for these two men who Chris Sabin, Motor City Machine Guns, or names are slipping my head. That's who that vignette was for. It's as much as the War Raiders are coming back. People, you're reading too hard, too difficult, and they're giving you the hints. That was the city of Detroit. That is all for the Motor City Machine Guns coming to SmackDown. The War Raiders returning to Raw. We're going to get some of these tag teams on here and make some great times. Fun stuff. Ladies and gentlemen, Sunday there will be no weekly roundup.
I don't.
What?
No, I was saying I caught on it right out of the gate when they showed the vignette. I was like, about damn time. Like, let's get it going.
Right?
Exactly. Ladies and gentlemen, on Sunday there'll be no weekly roundup because me and Mr. Z are going to be in Woodland. Is it Woodland?
Yeah, it's Woodland.
Okay, so we got to go up across the bridge. We're going to Woodland to go up tomorrow to the Woodland High. Oh no, Sunday.
Sunday.
Okay, come on, something open here. Okay, there we go. It's in Woodland. I hate when I have cities that are within the same
Woodland.
range. When you have Woodbridge and Woodland, and then sometimes you're not thinking, and Woodbridge is, right outside of Lodi. Woodland's on the other side of the causeway. Woodland.
Yes.
Me and Mr. Z are going to be up there at the high school for collectibles, at Stampede Collectibles. My brain is just died. What is it? Go ahead, Mr. Z. You got all the information in front of you.
Stampede Collectibles Woodland Youth Council presents live pro wrestling Lucha Libre at the it is at the Woodland High School gym, sir. That's where it's going to be.
And what time can folks show up?
4:30 is bell time. 4 o'clock is when the doors open.
You go. The Value Wrestling's going to be out there. It's going to be great. Some great action. Some of our boys from SPW are going to be there. Some great Lucha Libre action, it looked like when I last saw the card. A lot of stuff going on. A lot of good times coming up this Sunday in Woodland, California. So you want to make sure you are there for that.
Oh yeah.
That's going to be our boy from West Coast Design. Yeah. And we are going to be there.
Yeah, your main event of the night. Your main event of the night will be for the Stampede, the collectible Stampede Chase Championship. Jekyll's and Frost.
Jekyll's and Frost are going to fight for that. That is going to be awesome. That means Jekyll's, who's the champion right now? Is that Frost? Or is that Jekyll's?
No, Jekyll. Jekyll's is the champion right now. Yeah, Jekyll's the champ right now.
Welcome to
off right now for your.
Hold on one second. Welcome to the chat. Sports Entertainment Guy is in the house, in the building. Welcome. Go ahead, Mr. C. Read that card off.
Welcome. All right. So we have a fatal four-way of Nova, Carmelo Romero, Rosie Fingers versus Nash. For the Bullet Cast Heavyweight Championship, Alpha Zoe, Zira, and Dante Darling. The Collectible Stampede exclusive #1 contenders match, Dreamy Drew and Joe Gonzo. Just a standard one-on-one match. We have, oh no, wait a minute. Scratch that. We have the Collectible Stampede Tag Team Champions, Cutie and the Beast Open Challenge. Then a 6-man tag of Bobby Callahan, Sir Samurai, and Scoot Robinson against Kierno, Bryce, and Aiden. Then for the Stampede Collectibles exclusive championship, Blaze versus and AJ Hernandez.
Did you go away?
I think he finished the card.
You good?
Okay, you're back. There we go. I don't know where you cut off there.
Yeah.
Oh, Mr. Z, we have a problem. We have a huge problem. We have a big problem. I wish I could open this, but wow, we need to go to Roseville on October 26th from 2 to 4 p.m. Because in Roseville, California, not only the former Divas champion Melina is going to be there, but so is Kayla Becker, better known to the WWE Universe as Kayla Braxton. So Kayla Braxton, now known as Kayla Becker, and Melina are going to be at Various Toys on October 26th from 2 p.m. to 4 p.m.
They're the guys that brought Chavo.
Yeah, that's all in West. If you want to check out some of this information, go over to the West. You can go to West Coast Designs, and then you can look through there. They're promoting it, and you can go to Various Toys and look at theirs. I mean, we know that they are doing the big thing with Joe Hendry on October 19th from 1 p.m. to 3 p.m. in Roseville, California, and then he's going to show up in Atwater for the big event there. But on the 26th of October, they're going to have Kayla Becker, who formerly known as Kayla Braxton in WWE, Kayla Becker, and Melina at Barrio Halloween. Wow. Ooh. Wow.
Hey. Well, looks like I'm going to have to do some bribing in order to get that one going.
Oh, yeah, you are. Yeah,
A little bit.
yeah. But a great card to on Sunday. And it's going to be a fun show with a lot of names there. Some of our SPW boys are going to be there. Some great lucha action also all coming at you. And we're going to be excited to be there. And I don't know what we're going to do. With this one, we may be actually showing the matches. I don't know. I don't know what we'll have permission to do until we get there. And we're going to be there. We're going to set up bright and early. We're going to talk to all these people. And
light up that notification bell, folks.
we're gonna talk to her. We're gonna have to, yeah. Anywho, that's going on Sunday, and Woodlands will be out there. And then on October 12th, SPW is gonna be back out there at. I had just seen it. I need to go back in there. Too many different things to follow sometimes, people. So give us 1 second. I saw the event.
Well, folks, we told you that we'd be on the move and climbing that ladder of success around here. We are some busy men out there now.
Man, it's crazy, everything that's going down, everything that's going on. I mean, we've had the interview with AJ Kirsch that we talked about forever. We did get the SPW champion, the Dark Fox Illumide, the Obsidian Adonis. We got the interview with him. SPW going to be up at Woodland with several other great stars in town. We can't wait to be them. West Coast Designs, Collectible Stampede, or Stampede Collectibles show is taking place. Joe Hendry's going to be in the local area on October 19th. He's going to be in Roseville in the early afternoon, and then he's got to make the trek down to Atwater. Too bad we can't get in somebody's ear and get him to stop by here so we can do a quick interview with him before he goes to Atwater, because we're right on the way. Anyways, SPW Suplex Through History event, Suplex Through History 3, is taking place Saturday, October 12th at the 3rd Street in Woodland at the Woodland Skilled Hospital. They're going to be taking over the lawns. It's a free public event. If you missed the first show of this event yourself, and do yourself a favor and show up. So, SPW being very, very busy. Lots going on there. Geez, we're going to be busy people. And we need you to subscribe. We need you to start watching this channel. We're going to bring you some great stuff. I mean, who knows? Maybe we get to sit down with Kayla Becker, formerly Kayla Braxton, get an interview with her. Maybe we can get an interview with her. You never know. And Mr. Clarke might not like us after that show, but, hey, first Bailey, then Melina, then Kayla Braxton, or Kayla Becker. He may be like, yeah, I disown you guys. But anywho.
If I haven't disowned you after taking pictures with Bailey, I think you guys are all right.
I know. Well, we got to throw some sarcasm in there.
We need to get one with Wifey. With Wifey, that's what we need to get.
Oh, Deanna Prazo?
You
Yes.
know what? You're just asking for it.
Hey, Mr. Z,
wait.
let's.
Logan James, what's wrong with my dog?
Okay. Yes, but Candice LeRae winning the Speech Women's Championship was the right direction. I mean, Io Sky doesn't really need the Speed Championship. The Speed Championship being around Candice LeRae is pretty decent. Candice LeRae needed something to feel somewhat important. Io Sky is still a big star in the company. It's just, I mean, she was just the women's champion, and now, they're doing other things with her. So I think she's okay. And they just had a great match between Julia and Roxanne Perez. And I know a lot of people wanted Julia to win, but they did the right thing by having Cora Jade return and take out Julia, because it really wasn't time. Did you really want Julia on her first night in the company to win the title? I know there's that fan base, the New Japan fan base. I know Mr. Z wanted it, but in the realistic, bigger picture of it all, it would not have been the right move, and so they gave a great getaway. Now Julia can feud with Cora Jade, and Stephanie Vacour will get her match against Roxanne Perez. And this is just building Roxanne Perez up. So, I mean, I think we're in the right steps. You may not agree with it. You may not like it. But if you take a step back and look at the bigger picture, Candice LeRae winning this Women's Speed Championship, it's the right move. It wouldn't fit on Io Sky. Io Sky, they've got bigger things. Io Sky, a heavy... Io Sky...
But you see, no, Candice LeRae... Go ahead and finish your thought. Let me go.
No, you got to talk about Candice LeRae, because I'm going to go in a different direction. So go ahead, hit it.
All right, Candice LeRae winning this belt only brings eyes to their Twitter channel. It only brings eyes to Speed. Candice LeRae has been around for a minute. She deserved it. This is perfectly fine. At least he's not doing to Japanese stars what AEW is doing to him. AEW is burying New Japan stars. So before you sit there and say that WWE does not like their Japanese wrestlers, go watch AEW, my friend. Go get pissed off about that. No one is more pissed off about that than me, your New Japan guy. Ain't no one get more hot about that than I do.
Yeah, you just got heated. Let me go buy you a bicycle, and then you can be like your favorite New Japan guy, Kota Ibushi.
Man, don't start with me. Don't start with me. I hate when people say that. Come on now.
I'm sorry. That's the only way I know him. That's the biggest impact he made.
That without cursing too.
I know. But for me, for a guy who didn't know him until he showed up in AEW, the biggest impact, the biggest mark he's made in AEW was the stupid bicycle. Now, unfortunately, yes, he got injured, so he hasn't had any chance to do anything else. But that's kind of what scarred in my memory, Kota Ibushi bicycle. That's the connection. That's how bad AEW is at making somebody get over, is that if all I can remember is him in a bicycle.
Miguel, you need to sit Big Time down and have him watch some old New Japan so we can see what the greatness that Kota Ibushi had.
Oh, I'm sure he's great. I'm just like the AEW burned memory right now.
WWE even did him better than what AEW does.
Yes. It breaks my heart. Like I said, brother, Logan James, nothing personal, bro. Go watch AEW. If you really want to get pissed off about what New Japan, what Japanese wrestlers have come to, go watch that and get pissed. I mean, I got 2 towels on the wall of guys I've supported in New Japan that look like complete junk.
Now, and the other thing with that is Io Sky is a heavy favorite to win the Women's Royal Rumble this year. There's a very good chance that the stories and everybody's who said is Io Sky may win that. So I mean, I don't know how you can say that. I mean, everybody's entitled to their opinion, but that's where I see that going.
Oh yeah, definitely.
So,
I mean, didn't Shinsuke win the Royal Rumble too?
Yes, and so is Asuka. Of course, they didn't do much with Shinsuke after he won it, but you know, to each your own, and then you do what you do. But yeah, this has been Break It Down. We covered Smackdown. We covered Bad Blood predictions. We'll be back tomorrow night with a full coverage and review show of Bad Blood. Once it's over, there'll be no weekly roundup like I was trying to get to this whole time because me and Mr. C are going to be in the Woodland Stampede Collectibles show. We'll be covering that. Hopefully, we'll be able to cover all the action. We'll point the camera at the ring and tell you everything that's going down and have some great action. So no weekly roundup. So I guess we'll briefly talk
Maybe
a little.
We can have a table closer to the ring.
We shall see. But since we're having no weekly roundup, I guess we got to talk about the biggest breaking news in professional wrestling this week. Right here, real quick, just to get everybody's opinion, taste, and flavor. Everybody's talking about it. Everybody's discussed it. AEW's new TV deal, 3 years, $555 million. That gives you Dynamite and Collision staying on the air. Nothing about Rampage. A deal for Ring of Honor still seems to be up in the air. They're shopping another show, whatever it's called, don't care, to Fox TV. And Dynamite and Collision will be, after the first of the year, will be simulcast on Max. So you could either watch it on TNT or you can watch it on Max, or you can watch it on TBS. You can watch it on Max. You can watch yourself in 2 places, as Tony Khan said. They got the bag. And now you can watch yourself in 2 places. And, of course, after the first of the year, all AEW pay-per-views will be on Max. But from what I understand and gotten, it's going to be you have to have the upper Max tier at the $20 tier to be able to get the access to the pay-per-views. And those will only be pay-per-views that are at a discount. So even at 50% off of $50, $60, you're looking about $25, $30. I don't even know that. I've heard between $30 to $40 on top of your monthly bill for each pay-per-view. Those are the rough numbers I've heard. I'm surprised it's only a 3-year deal. I would have thought they at least gotten a 5-year deal. The 3-year deal seems weak. I think this is Warner Brothers Discovery feeling like, well, we didn't get the NBA. We're not that happy with AEW, but it's something to put on the channel and it brings some viewers in. So I think they paid the bare minimum. Tony Khan running around here like he made payday because he's out here going, we got the bag, like he's a 12th grader in high school talking about the skiddly blinks and the skiddly bops or the skiddly diddly doodly hiddly, whatever it is they talk about nowadays. All those weird words. I don't know. You got the younger kids. What's the words they say these days? They got the bag and the skizbiz and whatever.
Who knows?
The
I can
bag
barely
is
understand them.
millennial. But the rest of that stuff, yeah, it's whatever the current generation is.
No, I know. Yeah, no. Well, Mr. C's got the younger one, so I figure he knows or that he hears these words. Of course, it probably hurts his head like the most of us. It's like, what? Like, at least our words, like rad, or, our words had some, yes, we may have turned bad into good. That's bad, but I mean, at least they were words. The words these kids come out with nowadays, you're like, what?
They're trying to play jazz words.
Yeah.
Anyway, shoot, guys, his thoughts.
I feel about that. Like, I'm not gonna. Okay, well, I'll go ahead and jump in it because I was already starting in on it. I'm not gonna pay the extra for the pay-per-views. Like, I get for a little less than $10 a month, I get everything from the other channel. So, I mean, I'll try to watch it. It's just, I think, like you said, they gave him the bare minimum. Tony Khan's all baby old up and ready to go because he thought that he got a big money deal.
Hey,
at this point, is that a Joey Ryan reference or a P. Diddy reference?
Hey, we're keeping the diddler off this channel, but since you wanted to bring up baby oil, where did he buy baby oil? Everybody wants to know where you can buy baby oil.
Ryan.
Because we heard that, the diddler bought the nation out. Where'd he get it? That's my question. He could probably resell that at $100 a bottle. That's in high demand, nowadays. It might be a collector's item, a bottle of baby oil.
Ask Michael Nakazawa. He probably has a bottle of it.
I wonder if Nakazawa's ever been. I wonder if Nakazawa's ever been to a diddler freak out.
I doubt it.
Oh, I doubt it too. I'm just saying. Anywho. That stuff's a hot mess. I just that stuff hurts my head more than anything. I'm just like, what in the world?
Tony Khan, he just, yeah, we got the bag, baby.
Dude, he's on national TV. We got the bag, or you're going to be able to watch yourself in 2 places simulcast, 2 places at once. Like, how am I going to watch myself in 2 places when I have one TV and can only stream one thing at a time? I mean, granted, I have 3 screens here. I could do it, but I'm not that.
You're watching yourself. You're watching the product.
Yeah. And why would you want to watch the same product on 2 different screens that are taping the same thing? You're not going to tell me it's going to be 2 different camera angles. It's just like, yeah, I could sit here since I have 3 screens and watch it and multiply computers to run all these stuff and keep this stuff looking good and running and being the best we can, because we're going to be the best. But I mean, it's like, I don't even know why you would want to watch yourself on Fox or on Max and TBS like that. Who's going to do that? You're going to watch one or the other. It's the same program.
Yep.
That was just stupid. He makes such stupid comments.
He was so excited.
And he connected it to his favorite movie, Time Cop. So, I mean, 1980s called Tony Khan, and they want their movie back bad. That was his whole thing. He was like, you can watch yourself in 2 places, like my favorite movie, Time Cop. And they showed the movie poster on the screen. I'm just like, does anybody even remember that movie?
Oh, my goodness.
Of course, I heard Tony Khan has stolen. I heard Tony Khan's bought up every VCR in the world that's left so he can watch Time Cop on repeat.
Oh. Just the way he was so excited, I said, damn, he must have got a good bag this time. Like, jeez.
Dude, Tony oversells everything. I think we need to get Tony Khan to sell Tasty Toes.
Yeah. Tony, market the snack, bro. Like, we just want to cut. We don't want all of it. If you can market it, I just want a cut of it. We'll put your face on the box.
Well, first of all, the man can't market his own merch, let alone ours, okay?
Man. I feel bad for the fans that are going to Stockton to watch this next show that's coming out here for AEW because one, they only have one merch table. Two, it's not stocked with sizes. And three, it's just a waste of money.
I think I'd rather go to Woodland and see SPW and see some great independent wrestling action on October 12th than sit down and watch AEW Wrestle Dream.
Hey, folks, it's worth your money. It's only a little bit out of pocket cash. You get the best
No,
you'll see in California.
you just got to pay for gas. The one in Woodland Hill on October 12th is absolutely free to the public. So if you want to see better wrestling, don't watch AEW Dynamite. Don't fork out $50, $60 for this AEW Wrestle Dream show that has no point to anything. And you can go watch some great wrestling that actually has points. And then you can come back on October 20th to SPW at the SPW Arena in the World Soccer Arena in Outgrove, California for their Ghouls, Frights, and Wrestling Tights show, which will be $20 for tickets. But I mean, you got a free show now. Come out and see the other show. But Wrestle Dreams.
Not just that, folks. It would get your kids a chance to rock them Halloween costumes you spent so much money on. They'll get twice. They'll get 3 times the use out of it.
Big wrestling costume. Oh, not wrestling. Costume contest going on. But Wrestle Dreams. Let me read the 6 matches or 7 matches. Half the card's ready. Atlantis Jr. is going to show up to defend the Ring of Honor World TV title against Brian Cage. Mr. Clarke, your thoughts? Okay. Thank you for your thoughts. I know those were deep and insightful thoughts about Atlantis taking on Brian Cage for the Ring of Honor World TV title at an AEW pay-per-view. Darby Allin and Brody King are going to rekindle their feud because
I got nothing.
Because, you know, it was exciting the last time. So now they're going to face each other at Wrestle Dreams. They're fixing up their... I guess they just want to see how many things they can use to run over Darby Allin until he dies. A bus, Brody King, I don't know, a semi, maybe a tank. Who knows? Mark Briscoe's going to defend the Ring of Honor World Championship against...
Don't give him ideas.
Ring of Honor champion against Chris Jericho, the Learning Tree. Mark Briscoe going to tie it up. Get out of the dog food. Okay, I'm sensing no excitement. Nobody's excited here. Jack Perry will defend the TNT Championship against Katsuri Shibata. And then the AEW International Champions on the line when Will Ospreay takes on Ricochet again and Konosuke Takeshita. And then the only match they're really doing
It's going to burn this out. It's already bad. I mean,
the only thing that they're doing anything with any match that has any decent storyline, it's the Bryan Danielson versus Jon Moxley, with Jon Moxley talking about somebody coming in and taking over because he's not doing it because he wants to. He's being forced to do it, and we don't know who he's working for. I don't know if he's working for the Elite. I don't know if he's working for the McMahons. We don't know. Wouldn't that be interesting if we find out that Moxley is working for McMahon again? One McMahon tried to bury him, so another man is leading the charge of this new faction. Possibly.
we already know what this is leading to. I mean,
do we?
We just don't know which McMahon.
Are you sure it's really leading to that? Or are you just buying the speculation?
I'm just throwing it out there. Like, you know, I'm just throwing darts at a wall like Tony does. This might stick.
I mean, it could happen.
One McMahon that makes.
Well, I just am a little worried of how that's going to go, because if you went back and watched the documentary, Shane is a daddy's boy, and I just think if Shane's into wrestling somehow and Vince wants a little piece of it, Shane's going to help his daddy get involved somehow.
I think that would be the dumbest thing ever.
I'm not saying it wouldn't be.
All the heat that's on me back then.
I wouldn't say it wouldn't be dumb. I wouldn't say it wouldn't be.
You got to remember
business. I think it would be the dumbest thing
you got to remember
ever.
too
It
how
would
much
be
money.
Worse for Tony Khan, the press that he would get. He thinks Tony Khan tries to skirt around questions now. Bring in Redacted. See what kind of firestorm happens.
I don't know.
You see how much money Redacted walks around with. because of how much he stole.
Yeah.
He's got plenty of money to put into this, and get a piece of that pie too.
If you bring in Shane, I just cannot see how Vince isn't somewhat involved in some way. And I can't see Shane not talking to Tony about, oh, my dad's not that bad, or making this peace tribe where Tony might actually sit down and talk to Vince. I'm sorry, the way Shane came off in that video, and if you go back and watch the family one, he's all about his daddy.
Smarter business-wise.
I would hope so, but
there's a difference between personal. Everything on that documentary was about personal for Shane. That he wasn't really speaking about business.
I would hope business is separate from personal, but I don't know. I don't trust him.
What does Cornette say? Don't trust in McMahon.
Oh, and it has been, I guess, proven that Meltzer owns 3% of AEW. Something came out that showed, and something that was sent out that's being reported that Meltzer owns 3% of AEW, supposedly.
How?
I mean,
why?
I mean, now we understand why he gives out 5-6 point matches. I mean, he gave Ricochet and Will Ospreay on Dynamite 4.5 stars. And I'm kind of like,
if you know what they can do, you know that was not 4.5 stars worthy.
No, that was a floor routine at the Olympics at best. That might have got a 4.5.
That match was a cluster fluff and a half.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is your New Japan guy who saw Ricochet and Will Ospreay fight in New Japan, correct? Or somewhere.
Yes. No. At oh my goodness, PWG. That's where I seen him.
Didn't they also
Pro
have
Wrestling Gorilla. Ricochet had hair then.
Didn't they also have like a Rev Pro match?
Yes, they did. Even in Rev Pro.
And those
know what they could do. And this wasn't even it. It wasn't even close. It was a cluster fluff. That's all it was. It was a joke. I changed the channel 5 minutes in. I couldn't handle it.
Oh, that was a circus act. I mean, it was like I could.
Yeah, you can't give me, as a New Japan fan, if someone who goes to indie shows, a match that for what it was in the indies, the perfect storm, and then you bring it to national television, and you don't give us anywhere near it. Call it age, call it soreness, call it just anything you want. It was a joke.
I don't know. It looked like the cheapest version of Cirque du Soleil. I mean, if you wanted to see Cirque du Soleil in action, that was probably the cheapest ticket in town, even though AEW tickets are pretty expensive. I was just like, they were like, blah, 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 blah. I'm just like, okay. Crazy. Ladies and gentlemen, this is Value Wrestling. This has been a Break It Down episode. We're going to call it a night. We're going to wrap up the show. We're going to end it right here.
Go have a drink and calm down.
Apparently, you need to do that. So, ladies and gentlemen, we thank you for being here. We thank you for staying. I'm going to sneeze.
There you go.
We thank you for checking us out. We will see you tomorrow night after Bad Blood with a full review show. We'll all be here. We'll break it down. Stay tuned. Hit the subscribe button. Give this video a big thumbs up. Tell us that you liked it. Check out all the other great videos on the channel. Lots of great stuff on the channel. 2 great interviews that are ready to go. So check them out, and we'll catch you on the next one.
See ya, folks.